Today we're going to talk about plants, specifically house plants, and how you can use them in the aquarium, and something I've been really obsessed with recently. As you guys can see, I got a couple plants. I actually got a lot more, but they're all house plants. So you guys know my tanks and my little pondscape that I did in my previous videos, that it's been something that I've absolutely fell in love with, and I want to keep doing. I want to keep adding more greenery above the tanks. And there's a lot of houseplants you can do that with. But the biggest trouble that you guys are going to have is how to get them to stay. Because most of them, you don't want to submerge too much. Otherwise, they'll just kind of rot and die off. And there really isn't a good way. You can tie them to driftwood if you have it sticking out of your tank. You could probably, somehow glue them to the sides of your tank towards the top. But I found a company on Etsy called Pothos. I know a lot of people know about this company. It's kind of how I heard of it. I was on some group, and somebody mentioned it about what's the best way to keep pothos, from dropping inside your tanks. And I remember hearing about them before, but I never really did the pothos or any houseplants for that matter. So I just kind of brushed it off. But then when somebody mentioned it again, I was like, oh, hey, let me look into it. So I got a nice little note. Pothos, that's the company right there. So what they specialize is in 3D printing a lot of hang-on pieces to be able to hold plants. All right, there are a lot of different options available. I got a bunch, starting with this one. So this one kind of stretches out. You can put bunched plants in there. So that's kind of cool. They have either for rimless or they have it for a rimmed, I think 1.5 inch. So I did get most of the rimmed ones, specifically because 99% of my things have rims on them. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to do these, because some of them look like they just came in pieces. I guess we can start with this one. This one's a mini one. It looks like it's for a rimless tank, and you can just stuff in two bunches of plants. Oh yeah, which is really cool. It fits nicely. I believe this is the standard one. So it looks like that. You can. Oh, they're so slippery. You can stuff in the roots for your pothos. Okay, so this is the one. There was an option where, I don't know if you guys can see that. See how it's a little off, and the logo is a little different. Yeah. Compared to, I don't know. These are fine, but I did order 2 of these. A cheaper option is to get the imperfect ones. It's for $1 or $2 cheaper. They just look slightly off, and they're still completely functional. So being frugal, I decided to opt for these, and they should be able to slide on. I'm trying not to do it so I break it, but I don't know from the top, if that makes sense. So just like that. I think that's right. No, it should go the other way, right? It's hanging inside the tank. No, that's right. So just like this, it's going to stay in there. It's pretty sturdy. You can lower it and raise it depending on where your water level's at. So that's actually really cool. So this is going to be inside your tank. So that's really nice. I don't really have anything I can do with here. So I got 2 of those, and then I got one of these. What this is a little basket carrier. You know those baskets that you get from the pet stores that, I don't know what. You guys know the baskets I'm talking about. I've got a bunch of them still. Should be the one to fit it right. They are 3D printed. You can tell by the lines. So I'm not exactly sure how delicate they are, but that's really cool. That's just going to carry it just like that. Being a hoarder, of course, I never threw them away. And this is slightly, the holes are slightly big. So I'll have to add some tape or something along the rims so they'll be able to fit snugly like that. I guess, no, yep. Got baskets that are different sizes. So these should fit fine. So just like that, they're nice and flush. Look at that. That's pretty cool. All right. So they'll hold your baskets, and it'll be inside the water, and then you can just, put your stem plants. You can put the pothos. You can put, I'll probably put like my parlor palms or my monstera. I'll put it in there, and then I'll surround it with some gravel or something, maybe some black gravel, just so, they're not going to take up all that space. So that's really cool. I'm actually really excited. I think they had the basket carriers that are a little bit larger, but that's gonna do just fine. So let's just try something. All right, I'm just gonna tilt it. So this is my rimless. You can see, I'm still not, you can probably do like a couple of bamboo shoots in here. I don't know. I was gonna figure it out. I thought these were gonna be a little bit tighter, but it's not bad. So this guy is the rimless version. So we are going to, let's say I've got the pothos right here. I could kind of put it in there. This is a kind of bad piece since the roots are a little weird, but I can do that. You got the roots coming out from the bottom. And then, I don't know how you want to do it. Maybe I decided to do it like that. And then it's hanging on there just fine. It's not going to go anywhere. The roots are still inside the water. Like that, like so. You can already tell the water level has dropped. All right, so that's actually really cool. And then let's say I want to take this big guy. See that gap right there? I was going to use it maybe in this. And there, I could just hang it right on that piece. The water, where it's the level right now it's sitting at, looks perfect. So that will work for that. And if I wanted to move it to a rim tank, let's say this guy perhaps, I would just pop this in just like that. And I've got a lot of space still. Maybe I should have got the little smaller one. I don't know, but that works fine. The water level will be a little bit higher, but it looks exactly as it should be working. All right. So I am excited to use those. Oh, let me show you guys. So I went a little crazy. I went to Lowe's to pick up some specific plants, and then they had a clearance section. So I got, a bunch of different things. I think this is like my small one over there. I think it's like a Swiss cheese monstera. This one right here. This plant looks really nice. This purple light was the only type of grow light I had before. I think this is a new leaf, so that's cool. But the clearance section at Lowe's had these for half off just because like most of them had yellowing leaves. You can see right there too. And all I did was to kind of snip them off. Like this guy has a yellow leaf. And then some of the ones I left on thinking that, they could possibly be brought back. But I don't think they can, as I'm not too familiar with leaves in houseplants. Because if it was an aquatic plant, I would definitely snip it. I don't know. That probably still rings true to houseplants. Yeah, Pothocarry, Etsy, guys, check them out. I know a lot of you guys are into planted tanks. I've recently just really been interested in outside of the tank. So, just getting that foliage, kind of like that. You guys know this tank right here. Got the pothos, got the palm. Still got the monsteras doing fine. There was another leaf over here, but this root area, you can see it's like black. It did rot, but you can see there's a new root nub growing there. Madaka are still doing great. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that's something you guys can find useful. Oh yeah, here's another one. It's another little guy I found. The leaves definitely perked up after I gave it some nice fertilized water. This pothos is doing amazing. One of the leaves got submerged down there and then kind of rotted, but those roots are going crazy. Probably have to pull that guy out and put him somewhere else, but it's kind of what I've been up to. I think that's it. Not really doing anything special with these plants in the water. Sometimes I'll put fertilizer, but generally they're doing fine, just going in the water that the fish are swimming around in. Apothecary, all right? Check them out. They've got a slight sale right now. I think you spend more than $50, you get free shipping, which is what I ended up doing. And they got here in like 3 days, maybe 4. But yeah, Etsy guys, all right? Hopefully you found something useful in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.